think that if we get out, be able to get up and going later in the year, the appetite for people to come together is going to be huge, because people miss these sorts of things. I mean, in New Zealand, we're in the late summer, and a lot of our festivals and a lot of our community events were kind of almost at the peak, but there was still a lot to happen. So already people, have really missed not getting together. And I'm not just talking about, the weddings or going down to the pub. I'm talking about these bigger gatherings, 3-day events, a night event, or whatever it is. It's part of the way we interact with each other these days, and that's become an important part. There's no organised sport. My own son plays senior rugby here, and the team can't get together any longer. And that is, once again, part of the social fabric for him, his teammates, the way they bond together, the way they look after each other, the language they use. I mean, it runs quite deep. And now the people who are participating, of course, there's a huge number of others who aren't participating. They are viewers, and I'd count myself as one of them. So the irony of the situation is, now that we're all in lockdown, you turn to the telly and there's none of your beloved sport there to watch anyway. So these are big wake-up calls, really. They're not just little tremors; they're big tremors, and maybe that is what is required around the place right now. So, yeah, people are having to change, do things a bit differently. But I think the other big thing, of course, that happens is that you turn to your own inner being, really, I suppose, because you're relying more on that than you are from the community at large, if you know what I mean. You look to use your own resources more. And that's something that I suppose, once again, because of my age group, maybe because of some of the things that I'm interested in, I've been transitioning anyway. So for me personally, the idea of a lockdown or being so-called isolated isn't quite so scary as it would be for others, who many of us seem to need interaction the whole time, an escape, something to fill into our life. Whereas, I'm a family person. I love to have interaction, but you also have to have a space inside yourself that is strong enough to be able to exist without it. That's a harder task for people, but I think that's one of the things that we all have to learn.